Now this tutorial is about tabbed view control, and it looks like this, the end product. There'll be three tabs, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use the tabbed. This is made out of the tabbed view control template. I added a third view. Now a tabbed control usually shows different views of the same data. You see, one is black, the one is blue, one is green. And then I'll go into a little bit more complication. When I redo this application, I'll be using the detail view template because it has core data in it, and I'm going to modify it. And then while I modify, I'm going to show some techniques of pulling data from a common location. For example, in this particular example, each one of the view controllers, there's a view controller for the first view, second view controller, third view controller, and you see for them I had to make a outlet, and I had the code in the view did load to pull an instance of a shared instance of the app delegate, and from it I'm storing data in it in the app delegate. I have a string called my data. I synthesize it, initialize it, then each one of the view controllers I pull it out. So when I redo this application, I'm going to demonstrate a technique to keep all this in a central location through inheritance and not having to type this command over and over again in first, second view controller and third view controller. So I'm not. So that's what I'm going. First of all, the technique to remove all this code into the using inheritance goes like this. I'm going to add a class base view controller that inherits from UI view controller. In it, I'm going to define a signature of a method. I'm going to import app delegate right there, implement that getString method, or let me follow in the correct sequence. Import app delegate, declare a signature of a method, getString from app delegate, implement that method in the .m file, and declare a pointer to string called return value, retval, initialize it to nil. One of the best practice to initialize a variable to nil or something, otherwise it won't even exist. A lot of errors are because of uninitialized variables. Create an instance of app delegate. From app delegate, get my data and assign it to retval and return retval, the value. Then in the first view controller, I can remove the import to app delegate. Instead, in the interface, I'm going to change it to inherit from base view controller. Import base view controller, inherit from base view controller, remove that command from app delegate, and just go with self. Now, since I inherit from base view controller, I can call that method as if it exists in the first view controller. Self get string from app delegate. Now I'm going to modify in front of you in the second view controller. See, I'm going to first, step one, I'm going to import base view controller, modify this to inherit from base view controller. I'm going to delete this command, no need for this one anymore because it's being imported in the base view controller. No need for this command, and I can just say get string from app delegate. And if I run this application, you see data is being displayed. It's being displayed again in blue color. And as you know, the tab view controllers display different view of the same data. The data, that string is in it declared, synthesized, and initialized in the app data. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new project for you. Instead of using the tabbed application template, which does not have core data, I'm going to use the master detail application, which has the storyboards, core data, arc, universal, allows for everything, and I'm going to modify it, delete everything I don't need, and put a tabbed view controller and program all this using inheritance, all the good practices. So I'm going to start by creating a new project. I'm going to base it off a master detail application, not the tabbed application, because of the reason I explained a minute ago. TA tabbed application lesson, universal, storyboard, core data, arc. And I'm gonna be working with the storyboard for iPhone storyboard. I am going to delete everything that this thing gave me, and get the tab bar controller up here. It gives me one tab bar controller and two views. I'm gonna run it and see if I get anything. So it's not gonna run right off the bat. There are some errors, and those are the master view controller. I'm going to delete that, of course, because I deleted everything else in the storyboard. I don't move it to trash. Detail view controller no longer needed. Associated scene I deleted. Move to trash. Now, following the first steps of technique I explained before, I'm gonna first of all add a new file, Objective-C type, called base view controller. It inherits from UI view controller. Now I need a class for first view controller and a second view controller. So I'm going to quickly add those like this. Objective-C class, it's going to inherit from base view controller, as opposed to the UI view controller inherits from base view controller. Base view controller inherits from UI view controller. So I'm going to call it first view controller. I'm going to add another one for the second view controller. Subclass of base view controller. And if I look at either one of these classes, you see second view controller inherits from base view controller. Right click, jump to definition. Well, that didn't show me anything. Okay, so back to storyboard. And I think I should have done that first and then added this one. I think that would have been a better sequence of event. Add the classes first, then come to the storyboard. First view controller, I'm gonna, either, there are two ways of doing this actually, I think. If I just click on, now you see, yeah, I gotta either click on plus 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 or just click here and select the, not the view item. It becomes big. Over here, class first. The code assist isn't popping it up for some reason. First view controller, I gotta spell it right. Code assist is not helping me. First view controller, I gotta spell it right. The second one was yeah, that one down there. Click on the view for it. No, actually I did it wrong. Once I make it big, I gotta come back up here and then base no the first. Okay, you see now it pops up, now it's right. So I'm gonna do that right this time. Click on the view, click on the view controller, then identity inspector, second view controller. Good. So that's the correct sequence. Master view controller file not found. So somewhere in there I'm importing master view controller in app delegate. I mean in master view controller, so it should be rather first view controller. So I'm going to have to modify a little bit. First view controller, and modify all that, whatever these errors are. Okay, there are a number of other things I gotta do. In the first view controller, okay, like this. First view controller, M file here, header file over there. I looked at the previous example, a property of manage object context type. I gotta add that in there. In the app delegate, I'm going to ram out all the code except return yes, and now it's ready to run. I got two tabs, and I got a working example. So I need to work with I'm gonna need images, so I copy a couple of images there. I need to work with app delegate and define a property of type and a string, the my data, synthesize my data. Why don't we just get rid of it? Initialize it. So we get all that set up. Now I can go into, now I need to jump into storyboard and add a label to first view, create an outlet for it. Actually, I'm gonna try to kill two birds with one stone, as I've been professing that I need a sequence of steps that are more efficient. So I'm gonna take care of everything in storyboard right now. So first of all, I need a first view controller. I should have given it a ID. That comes in handy. I want to give it an image. The image is nav bar. So I'm going to type in first, no PNG. So if it's run on a retina display, it'll pick up the first at 2x.png. So we get rid of the PNG. Now a label. control drag an outlet. Now I'm going to jump into code. I can do this right here. I don't have to go here. I found a more efficient way. Header, first view controller, I can switch to it. Isn't very wide, but I know that I need to be in the view did load, and actually step number 2 is to synthesize. When I need to synthesize label outlet. Yep, now I should be able to say label outlet dot text equal left bracket right bracket semicolon self. I haven't defined that method in base view second view controller. Yep, I need to define that method in the second view controller as I was demonstrating in the beginning. Okay, so in the base view controller, I need to import app delegate, define the signature of the method, implement that method, and then I can come to the first view controller and do the self dot. Yeah, there we go. Now we are all set. Now I'm going to repeat for the second view controller. See the second view controller, a label, make it larger, control drag, outlet, same name, label outlet, switch to .m, find view did load, sorry, first of all synthesize, label outlet dot text equal self dot get string from app delegate. Also, while I'm here, select the label and change its color to blue, because you know the view is supposed to, these tabbed bars are supposed to show different view of the same data. Close it and run it, and hopefully it'll be good. So far so good. String and app delegate, string and app delegate. Now I'm going to quickly add a third view and do it in a sequence that I have identified to be more efficient than before. So continuous improvement I'm implementing. So first of all, I need a third view. Before I create the scene, I need a class. The view controller Objective C. Next, third view controller inherits from base view controller as I have modified, customized. Okay, so I have it. Now I can jump to iPhone app. I need a view controller. Drag a little bit to the side, close this, control click, drag, let go, view controller type. It knows automatically what it is. Get this back up here, and I have tab bar, no, not that one, yeah, that's the one, tab view controller item. So I can change the title. I will call it third. You see, as I did that, it changes it here so I can identify it. So what other properties I need to change? I need to give it a storyboard ID, third third view controller, third uh, bar button, it should title right here should be third. Image, I don't have a third .png, I'm going to just reuse first, and I gotta click the view, and then the view controller third, custom class change to, did I have a third view controller? I think I have. Yeah, there it is, third view controller. It should have auto completed it. So do I have everything? um, at this point I think I do, so I'm gonna just run it. First item, second item, third item, no label, so I'm gonna just, that's where I was missing. I should have done that. A label, drag it as far as possible, assistant editor, control drag, outlet, label, outlet, connect, click, switch to third view controller M, right after implementation, synthesize, label outlet, in the view did load, missing semicolon, label outlet dot text equal, and run it. Second view, third view. What I could have done is, when I was here this time, change the switch, take the label and change its color to cayenne, just to distinguish. First view, second view, third view. So of course, one last comment, in the storyboard they don't have to be, see, they don't have to be labels and stuff like that. One could be just a form. This one could have been actually a, I could drag a table view here on top of the tab bar control, table view controller. Yeah, it could have been a table view controller. Instead of the view controller, I could drag a table view controller. So third view is a table view, and second view is something else. Third one is another one. So I could have done that too. Or a collection view controller, or a page view controller. I could have used any one of those and connected them